this because, as always, you created an extra one that doesn't need to be there. Like dumb. All right, there we go. We'll do this. Okay, hopefully. Hopefully this is still going. Okay, it looks like this is still going. So that's good. Okay. Now let me switch to this one, I think, is what I want. All right. Where are we? Here. Okay, let's see how this goes. If this will display properly. Maybe. Maybe. Row. Yeah, there we go. Okay, perfect. 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 So. Okay, hopefully this is a good volume for you guys. So it's noon on Saturday now. We just finished reading here the story about the Blackwoods. So Blackwood was accused by Ms. Mariani that of murder. She said that he had killed. Was it his wife? Yeah. She talked about the lady, seeing the lady. Yeah, up until the accusation, it was believed Ms. Catherine Blackwood was on a trip, right? According to information we received from the school where she teaches, a notice was sent to the teacher's department, which stated she had to leave on a sudden trip and that she would make use of her license to do so. Ms. Mariani's accusation puts Mr. Blackwood in a very compromising situation. Even if we can't find anything in the garden, he has a lot of explaining to do. Lucy, you have a lot of explaining to do. The efforts of Dr. Christopher Milton, one of Rodbury's most respected doctors and longtime friend of the Blackwood family, to minimize the facts have been unsuccessful, and the news is the subject of discussion throughout the whole town. Hundreds of rumors are crossing the land. Theories range from plausible and well-conceived to wild and crackpot ideas, but the question that keeps lingering in everybody's mind, for which the answer has yet to be found, is why would a wealthy and educated man cold-heartedly murder his wife after 30 years of marriage? My guess is one of two things. Either he didn't actually, or he was possessed by one of the artifacts or something he brought back from Africa. That'll be my guess. Anyway, so that's where we ended. As we read that last time. We gained access to that and we read it. So now we have a little bit more of the backstory as well. There's still this music box over here. I still don't know. I feel like after you put this on, I feel like something is supposed to go in there. But I don't think we have anything that would work, that would fit in there. So for now, that's no bueno. Maybe later. Maybe we'll figure something out later. Hey, Faux Fox, welcome. Welcome to my live stream. Still have a stuck door here and a locked door over there, and now we can't get to the key at all. So I don't know if we ever get in this room or not. Probably at some point. Maybe we end up with an axe or something. Or we end up with, I don't know, a skeleton key or something to this door that'll open it. I don't know. So I was just reviewing. So we ended last time by learning and then reading an article up in the attic there that talked about how Blackwood, Mr. Blackwood, was accused by one Ms. Mariani, who was a longtime servant of the Blackwood family. She accused him of murder. And she said she took a picture to prove it also, so I guess she had some time and sat there with one of the really slow old-timey cameras that took forever to develop. Although I suppose this is like, I don't know when this is supposed to have happened, but it feels like maybe this happened like the 40s or something, so the cameras wouldn't have been so slow then. Anyway, so she took a picture in case people didn't believe her, but in the picture it looked like there might be a body that she was taking a picture of. So they were like, even if it isn't provable, we can't tell for sure that you killed somebody, be it Miss Blackwood or not, there are some questions you would need to answer, like, where is Miss Blackwood? Because she supposedly took leave from school where she taught. She's not here. She's not around. Is she still on leave? Where? Can we corroborate that? Also, what is this thing buried in your backyard? What it looks like something else. What is this? Right? So we're trying to answer some of these other questions. My thought, because I don't know if you were here when I said it, is that either he didn't kill her, but maybe somehow something with a curse drove her mad and she killed herself or something like that. Or he got possessed maybe from one of the artifacts from Africa or something. And so then he did kill her, but not he. It was like the spirit that possessed him or something. It's hard to say, but I'm feeling like maybe one of those two things could be true. But we don't have nearly enough clues to be able to definitively say one or the other, right? So let's see. What else do we have that we could potentially... So this sliding under the door screwed it up so we can't get in there. We must need to use this somewhere else, I would assume, though. I'm no pyromaniac. Okay, still have several things to try to find. Yeah, we had found the key, right, to the basement in that pot, thanks to that one painting. So I look at some of these other paintings and I wonder what else too, but the thing is, I don't know. It wasn't a painting, sorry, it was a photograph in the bathroom was being used as a dark room. See, this is curious. Why does he look like a boy, but she looks like a doll? And then, of course, there are all these hands reaching out for him, too, which is not creepy at all. That's the thing, is a lot of these paintings could have clues in them. It's hard to tell. Some of these may just be interesting, and some of them might have clues, and I don't know. I suppose the paintings would be less likely to have clues as photographs, but they probably still do. What was... piece of paper, some strange markings. I'm sure there's more to it than at first seemed clear. Just a piece of newspaper I'd picked up. So we've now advanced from like 9 a.m. or 8 a.m. or whatever when we started to noon. Can I zoom in on what? Oh, on that picture? No, that's as far as I can go. I'm pretty sure. Actually, I'll go back and double check, but I'm pretty sure that's as far as I can go. Because if I remember right, that's one of the pictures that I thought was interesting. So I tried to move around here, see if there's more I can do. I'm not getting any other indicators. And in case you meant the other painting, go to this one. Similar thing. I don't believe there's anywhere I can zoom in here. I might have missed a painting or two, but I've done this for most of the paintings now in the house. And I don't believe most of them have any additional stuff. A satyr that's misleading a woman, I guess. And then a little kid satyr that's misleading a baby, I guess. A baby angel, maybe. It's weird. Anyway. This is basically... See, there's a lot of Lovecraftian inspired stuff in here. This is basically Cthulhu, right? This is at the Mountains of Madness. Yeah, throw in some unusual art. Very probably actual historical art that's very unusual. Throw that into an already odd setting, or like where there's a lot of strange stuff happening, and then try to determine what's going to be a clue and what's not, potentially. I said some of these do have, like here you can, wait, where is it? Somewhere, was over farther? Somewhere on this one you could zoom in, I think. Or maybe it's the next one over. One of these paintings you could zoom in on some, and I found that. I thought there were both these paintings, this one as well as the other, but perhaps not. Doesn't seem like that one. So go this one. This one you can. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there you go. This bottom right corner. So this is probably significant somehow, but I don't know what from here is going to be a clue for somewhere else. I see some things like here, some playing cards down here, but those don't, as far as I know, don't mean anything, at least currently. There's this guy trying to hide under the table. There are menus, and then of course there are skulls to represent death, but I don't know. It's got to have some significance at some point. I'm just not sure what it is right now. So if we go back into our room, as I try to read maybe another couple of notes from the room. Maybe. The electrician still didn't show up either, did he? Well, I swear that guy. Of course, it's noon now. Maybe he's just really late getting here. I don't know. I feel like, though, this kind of a setup, probably he's never going to arrive. This is the note from his friend that got him this place. And Barbara is secretary or whatever. But nothing new there. I wonder, can I write some stuff now? It wasn't the best moment to start writing yet. Still no. Okay. I believe last time we had just spoken with Barbara, right? So I don't know. Let's go outside and see if the electrician is here, just so I know. My guess is no, but we'll find out. Still no sign of the electrician. Yep. Unsurprising, to be perfectly frank. Yeah, we couldn't zoom in on that, but let's see what maybe we can tell from a distance what he was looking at. It looks like he's looking just at the battle here generally, where these other guys are fighting. A couple guys have fallen over or jumped over partway and then fallen or something. Somebody dead in a coffin already. But as far as I could tell, his gaze is up this way. Something right around here? Okay. Let's... The additional bedroom. Doesn't look like anything on this particular painting does anything. Cute doggy. This is a Pomeranian? Something like that, right? I don't remember my breeds very well, but... Hey boy or girl, whichever you are, can't tell. Don't look like anything on this wants to interact either. Yeah, dog's cute. Doggy's really cute. The plum was displayed on the shelf. It appeared that the people who lived in the house were very educated. Okay, it doesn't look like any part of the diploma is especially different. Like, you can't really click it versus something else. MENT something. It's probably Latin. Enough of it's blocked out I can't even tell what language that would be, though. Nothing here either. I don't know. Okay, well, enough of that for now. So this is a boring tool. Do we have wood somewhere we might want to use that on? Possibly, but if so... it's probably something outside. There were piles of wood in the basement, but we couldn't interact with them at all. There was wood in the front room for starting a fire. Pretty sure we're not using the boring tool on that. We could try. See if something happens, although I doubt it. Here's where the safe is. But we don't know the combo right now. Unless, did that newspaper article in the attic have a date that maybe turns out to be... try that really fast since I'm basically here. Yeah. Yeah, they're really not happy paintings. Okay, so 25 May 1963. Possibly. That's the date of the article, though, not the date of when they suspect somebody might have been killed. So it's little. So Tuesday, 25 May 1963. Yeah, oh, so I was wrong. It's not the 40s or 50s. This is like the 60s, I guess, when this stuff supposedly happened. Yeah, could be. So I was going to try to use the boring tool on some stuff, right? Let's do that, see what we can do. That's just ashes in there, I think. Probably doesn't even matter which way I go. But this is a little more direct. Kind of. Not exactly, but a little bit more maybe. Yeah, so here's the wood. Wasn't useful. Done the matches. Doesn't want to light the fire yet. So not there right now.
Hey, goodbye.
Good luck.
What was his last option? Maybe not. I don't know that I have another number right now. I think so. Yeah, I don't think I have any. Okay. Tiny vase almost hidden in the corner, completed the modest furnishings in the lobby. Huge vase of oriental craftsmanship standing by the windows. Torn umbrella. Okay. Nothing here. It's just a painting about a bunch of barrels in a storage building. Weird. Do you have any sweets for me, Grandmum? I could use some sweets right about now. Let's go over here. You want to phone that style? They don't anymore. Well, they probably still have it, but it's packed away, I would guess, because they don't really use it anymore. But for at least many years, my parents, in one of their houses, they had one of those old-style, old-timey phones as their landline. But, I mean, nowadays, there are some people, but for the most part, who uses a landline anymore? Not most people, right? So, not sure if they'll ever hook it up again or not. I feel like we've done all this stuff before. I wonder why. There's so much I'm not figuring out for some reason. I think I've tried these already, but I just figured I'd try again in case I missed it or something last time. The paper underneath or anything. Yeah, I don't know. It's a map of the world. He went to Africa. Anything in here? Looks like no. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Well, nothing's letting me interact with it. So it's a nifty map, but not much we can do with it. There's a globe over here as well. Not figured out. I think the globe might just be a fun thing to be able to spin. So I don't really see anything with the globe that would be helpful. Currently, I don't see any markings on it. There aren't any strings or pins in it or anything to go to just. Yeah, well, like I said, it is cool. It would just be unusable unless you had a landline, right? Well, what else? He's carrying a goose and a duck. It's not as cool as Edith Finch's house. Yeah, she had a nice friggin' house. It's true. All hidden passages to other rooms and stuff. Basically, that was pretty. That'd be interesting to build a house like that. Hmm. Although I think we've already thoroughly looked through it, let's go to the basement again, I suppose. Maybe check some of these first, I guess. I don't know. Nothing with that one. No. Well, I'm having some trouble piecing stuff together now. Alright, let's go down to the basement again. I think they described like scratching noises coming from the basement. Actually, I think. Can't remember for sure, but I think so. And this clearly is creepy. This background now is not exactly pleasant. Mrs. Winslow, soothing syrup. Unlike this sound in the background. Keep feeling like there's sleep in my eye, like I have an eye booger or something, but I can't seem to get rid of it. It stops feeling like that, and then a little bit later it feels like it again. What do I maybe just have an itch in my eye and it's just kind of acting weird? I don't know. Just uninteresting boxes. Yeah, and there's this also. Drain cover. We need something like a wrench or something to loosen this, to be able to rotate this. We need some way to lift this up. See, there's this wood, but I can't interact with it at all. That's the furnace. That's the furnace he says is menacing. See, I could potentially put wood or something in there. Although probably what I need is coal. And I don't know where I'd get coal right now either. It doesn't really look like we could zoom in on any of these things here either, like this or the calendar over there or anything. Wait, what? Where did I get the hand grab icon? Oh, yeah, that's right. I have these also. Yep. They're fuses, but there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with them. Whoops. Maybe I just click. Yeah. Does nothing. Does nothing. The electrician's going to show up, come down here, and he'll like get killed while he's down here. He'll like not hear from him for a while, and I'll come down, and then he'll be dead. So I don't know. Yeah, I think it's around the furnace. Is it not? I feel like maybe, though, that's just the soundtrack. We go back out and then come back in, and I'll just stay at the top of the stairs, and we'll see if it gets louder up here. So if I go back now, just stay at the top of the stairs and see. Yeah, see, even if it's not it may or may not be as perceptible to you, but I see the meter on the volume level for the desktop audio. It keeps going up higher. So it's definitely increasing regardless of whether you're down below or not. It was a good observation, but it looks like, as far as I could tell, it's just the soundtrack. I know, right? I thought it was a good idea too. But then as I went down there, it seemed like I started hearing it get louder, but it didn't matter where I was. Like I was over the furnace and it was louder. Then I went away from the furnace and it was still louder. I was like, it was a good idea. I wish it would have been a clue too. That would have been cool. See, we already looked previously for something like tools lying on the side there, and we don't find anything. So I don't know. Well, and the thing is, you never know what is a clue and what isn't, right? There are often clues that you might not suspect initially either. So check in the corners of rooms, see if there is maybe some kind of tool or something I might be missing. I don't see anything lying around here. See, I keep hoping next to one of these fireplaces there'd be like a fireplace poker or something, but I'm not seeing anything even like that. Because the poker potentially, a lot of times they have that hook. Hey, Monmouth, welcome. A lot of times poker has that hook, So maybe you could use that on that thing down in the basement to lift it up, but I haven't found a poker of any kind yet. So I'm right now, Monmouth, I'm trying to see if there is some kind of a tool that maybe I can use on something. So there's a wheel down in the basement I cannot turn. So I'm looking for possibly a wrench, like a pipe wrench or something. I'm looking for maybe a fireplace poker, like I was just saying. It has a hook. Maybe you could hook it on the handle of that thing down below and pull up and stuff. Yeah, the drawers keep changing, like what you need for them. It's true. Yeah. Yeah, it's not easy. Doesn't seem to be anyway. So I've checked. Well, technically not every room. We have the back rooms also, although I don't remember. Yeah, very Victorian. They've just made some improvements over time. So these back couple of rooms, the bedroom or whatever it is on the left of the door to, so not there, that's a basement, but this other side, possibly. I've already looked at these bottom drawers previously, or bottom whatever cupboard spaces or whatever, and not found anything. There's here, and then that back room that's used as a dark room or doubled as a dark room are the only two things downstairs that I've not yet. Currently, this. So obviously my journal, my magnifying glass, key to the entire house, key to my car, empty envelope, kitchen knife, pencil. This is, what is it? It's yeah, just strange markings on this. We're not sure what the markings are. Just a cloth, stethoscope, metal bar we got from up where those bricks were upstairs, lantern with no oil, matches, a few, a fountain pen, a boring tool, newspaper, and then the key to the basement. Those are all the things we've got currently. What is... It was threatening to zoom in. Is it just the sink? Oh, it's just the sink, maybe. It was clean enough. Yeah, I don't think I have anything to interact with the sink at present. Maybe later. See, there's a mop here, but I can't grab it. Yeah, so this shows that the basement door opens. But nothing else that I can tell. Examine these again. Maybe there are clues in these. Yeah. Yeah. Well, so he wrote that initial book, The Vanishing Town or whatever, right? But yeah, he's come here for inspiration. Exactly. He's trying to get inspired for his next great book. Which is not unsurprising. A lot of authors do that. It'd be cool, right? Yeah. A lot of authors do that. I am not a published author. That's not true. I'm published, but I'm definitely not like a well-known author or anything. By my real name or a pen name or Xexor on this. None of those. But I do write. I just more write because I like to write, honestly. But I'll do that sometimes. If I want some kind of inspiration, I will sometimes go to a particular location, kind of take in the atmosphere so I can better, thespian, yeah. So I can better get a feel for what characters in that situation might be feeling, right? Which does mean sometimes, like if I'm writing horror, I then have to psych myself up and like scare myself a little bit. So I have this feeling of dread, so I can write down my feelings, what it's like to have that dread, and then I can use that to show what the characters are feeling. Let's see if there's something in this picture or any of these pictures that will give clues for what next needs to happen, or at least what are some of the other steps moving forward. This front doesn't give you a lot to go on because you can only, when you're outside and approaching the house, you can only get up on that porch at the top of the landing of the stairs up, and then you can't go down either side. So if this is supposed to give me some clue about something, it probably would be something around the front door. I'm not seeing anything that really stands out. I mean, there's some small things like this the top of this window on the left is brighter than the rest of the other three panes, but I mean, that's not necessarily. There are X's here. Which could be trying to tell me to look in between them? Maybe? But this is the room where I'm staying. So I don't know what the X's would be telling me. Because if I go back into the room where I'm staying, this corner is basically where I've got my suitcase open. And then this corner is kind of where there's the bookcase and the side by the desk meet. And there's nothing really there that seems special at present, at least. Oh, did I never? Okay, I'll tell you what, Fofox. I don't remember. I'm sorry. I feel bad now. What I will do, this coming week, I will see. I don't know if I'll be able to or not, but I will try to finish a short story that I'm working on. I'll try to finish it this next week. It's quite a ways in, so I don't know if I'll finish it or not because I have a lot of editing to do on it. But if I can get it done this next week, if you remind me, I will try to get it done this coming week, and then I'll send you a digital copy of it. Yeah, so there are these faint X's. That could be something. I'm not sure what right now. And then this looks like faint writing here. Possibly. But if that's true, I can't tell what it says. Well, let's move on to the next photo. See if we can come back to that, obviously, always. It's always a possibility. So they were standing there for the photo. Here's the tie to the curtain, the lamp, chair, stool, lamp, fire. This all seems, or mostly seems, what I already see. Currently, there are some things up here that are not here in this picture, but actually, what's this? Is there something in here? I wonder if I need to go out here and poke around, see if there's something in here I can find. Let's try that. I don't know that we'll find anything, but maybe. Yeah. Yeah, it's really good. Proper British in it. Not exactly the sheriff of British English, am I? You need all this stuff, right? This really creepy house. You know what, though? I mean, this house is only creepy when it's, like, empty. And you know that there's supposedly been a murder here and stuff, right? With the mystery of this, it becomes creepy. But I don't think it's creepy normally. I think this would be a really pretty house normally. Wait, what? Go different angles on it, maybe? Why can I not approach it more closely? That's a bit annoying. I guess this is the closest I'm going to get to it. There's something there, but I don't know. Whoop. Oh, that was moving. I didn't want to move. I recently rewatched The Cabin in the Woods. That's another one of those kind of things, right? The cabin looks actually really nice. I mean, it's old. It's like, you know, a bit worn, but it overall it looks really nice. It's only creepy because of the stuff that happens there. And that they want to make it creepy. It doesn't have to be creepy on its own, right? Strictly speaking, most places can be creepy on their own. My apartment, if you turn it so that it's pitch black, and then you just have like a small, like a cigarette lighter or something, you walk around, it's pretty creepy on its own too, just because you can't see anything. Some, yeah. This game is well known to be inspired by Lovecraft, and I think Heart of Darkness probably also. I remember that the whole story about going down to the Congo and stuff. Yeah, creepy, right? Oh, they exist in Australia? Oh, yeah, yeah. That's a really well written story, huh? It's creepy. It's creepy as all get out. Well, I can't unless I can maybe fish something in here. I'm not even getting an interaction icon. This is the closest I can get to it, I think. All the others are farther away. I can still see if I can interact, but All the other sides here are farther away from this. Ah, stop. Keep missing where the pointer is. But see, there's no interact hitbox anywhere on here, then I'm not going to be able to use anything on this anyway. I probably, if this is a thing, and I think it probably will be at some certain point, I probably need a certain trigger. I have to probably do something before that becomes interactive. I know. Heart of Darkness. Do you know that one, Fox? Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad. It's a really good story. It's a classic horror story, really. It's, if you want a story, if you want to know what it feels like to be in a jungle setting where everything feels like it could potentially get you or be out to get you, and where you now feel like you've pissed off all of the locals and they're out to basically punish you for what you've done, it's a really good story. Is it? I didn't know that. I mean, obviously the setting for Apocalypse Now is Vietnam, the Vietnam War, but that's, I didn't realize that. That's interesting if that's true. Huh. I didn't know that. Let's see. This is zoomed out enough. The picture is, I'm not sure what we're going to find here for a clue at all. Because these, you pretty much, these are as far as you could zoom in or out, right? This is what you get, is where it is right now at this current zoom level. Yeah, Heart of Darkness is what it's called. Yep. It's a really good... Is it a... It's a short story, right? Or is it a full book? I can't remember. It is a full book? Oh, yeah. No, it is. Yeah. Yeah, it's a full book. It's like this thick. Yeah. It's something like this thick. It's like one of those, like you get the Penguin Classics. It's like one of those size books. Yeah, that's right. Yep. So I didn't find anything else there. Okay, let's look at this one more time and then go out to the front room. Maybe there's something there that I'm missing. I also don't know if we're going to ever get this angle to compare, but... Okay, let's go back to the front room and see if something there looks familiar. Yeah. This is actually not this house specifically, right? That's a nice house, actually. I think it's pretty, but not this house specifically. But this kind of a thing is kind of what I would eventually like to have. I don't want to become, so a couple things, couple kind of caveats in that though. Number one, I don't want the specific artifacts and things that are in here. I just would like to get some nice things from different cultures around the world in my own house, like have my own house that's kind of big like this, and then get some nice things from different cultures in my house. But I also, and that's the first caveat, it's not specifically these, but just cultural things in general. But then, no, it's not the front room, it's the library or the study that I need to go to. So we'll go to the other one. And then the second caveat, I would say, is I would obviously not want to just plunder cultures and take their stuff, right? I would want to make sure I was respectful of the cultures. Like, keep in mind that see, this stuff is not on top of the fireplace in the picture, in the photograph. I'm not sure why it's not there, and if that's significant. Also, these, at least I can't tell. I can't really see these in that photograph. It might be there, but I couldn't really see them. But I would want, I'd want to be respectful of cultures, not plunder stuff. Like, I'd check with not just local authorities, but like with local culture, and make sure that it's not an affront to them, that it's okay to take the stuff. And then if I knew that it was okay, then I would take some of those works back with me, just to help bring appreciation for the kind of stuff back here to the United States, where we have a tendency to respect other cultures. I think, well, it depends on the person, of course. Not everybody is as respectful as they probably ought to be, but we have, at least as a society generally, I feel like we usually try to be sensitive and to respect other cultures, but I don't know that we necessarily appreciate the other cultures, right? Yeah, objet d'art. Yeah, from Greece, maybe. Yeah, yeah. There are a lot of the architecture in the United States is kind of an amalgamation of that kind of stuff, right? You get some Greek, you get some Gothic, you get some just later European, like Parisian and stuff. Just depends. So nothing here is really standing out to me as something I need to adjust or examine, but anything behind here maybe? Can't really examine the lantern or any of the woodwork. The molding and place is full of exquisite, albeit aged candelabras. This is something of a clue also, I think, right? So the fireplace is cold to the touch. You'd think you could do something with this. And then when you get low enough, they say there's remnants of a previous fire. Huh. Not really seeing. I suppose I shouldn't just click everywhere. I should probably hover, see if the icon changes. I would guess the icon might change if there's something like I could grab maybe instead. But it's not seeming like it currently. Don't know if that's just a picture or if there's something I'm supposed to get from that picture, but I'm not seeing anything here for the front room right now. Okay, so we've tried the fountain out front. We've tried the study now. One of the pictures, the one that's still in the tub, shows the door to the basement, which we have open now. As does, by the way, right, also we saw the picture in the drawer in the bedroom here earlier that showed us how there had been the key and the vase. And so we were able to look in the vase and find the key from there. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's definitely true, Monmouth. And Fofox, you're both right. Yeah. It's important to have more access to libraries and those kinds of materials. And you're definitely right. We're at higher risk if we're poor in America. There's a greater risk to tend to look at people outside of us rather than... Yep. Which really is sad. Rather than trying to fix your problems and look at solutions that might fix your own problems, you tend to look outward at other people and what they're doing that you don't think is just or is fair, which kind of is kind of a cop out, honestly, a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, you know what happened to Detroit, right? Like why there's so many places like that in Detroit? Are you familiar with the history of Detroit and what all happened there? Bedroom was miserable looking, yeah. Right? And then do you know why a lot of those houses are abandoned now? Yeah. Basically, what do you call it? The economy shifted. Well, yeah, somewhat. It was more the economy just shifted, though. So where vehicles were hugely in demand for so long, things shifted where a lot of companies started sending their work overseas. Yeah, smaller cars. A lot of the work went overseas to other factories, and so it took work away from people in Detroit. And the economy in general shifted. So a lot of people, rather than growing up in the Detroit area and just working in factories and doing car production like had happened in their ancestors, like their grandfather worked in the car factory and then the father worked in the car factory. Well, when the economy shifted enough, things like the .com industry and things like that started to become really big. And so, and like Hollywood and all those kinds of things. And so people moved away from there to go to where the demand in the economy was. Well, the houses still were there. So if people moved away and then nobody was around to inherit the houses, yeah. No, they really did. It would be cool. I don't know if I would want to move to the Detroit area per se, but I do think it'd be cool if maybe, I don't know, maybe if you could transplant some of those houses somewhere else where there were still thing like where there was still a lot of business potential? Yeah, if you were in the suburb and business basically shifted away from your area, now you're kind of stranded almost, right? Okay, so what is this? It's not a photograph though. It's a portrait, or not portrait, painting. So this may not be reflective of anything here, or it might be. But I don't know. This thing right here could be reflective of like the danger in the basement and the scratching and stuff that people have described hearing, or whatever, or the voices, or whatever it is, the noise keeping them awake. Okay, let's see. What else? I don't know if these are going to be especially helpful. There's no bridge anywhere near me, as far as I know, right? So, that's just junk. That is photography stuff, but you can't look at any individual ones. It's clothes. And yeah, so there's nothing in this set of drawers as far as I know. And then this was it just this drawer? Yeah, had this photograph that showed that. Yep. And that's how we learned about that. But I don't see anything else here currently. Okay. Well. Yeah. I know. Well, that's the thing that I think, like, I've heard some people in the media saying stuff like, you know, oh, they could build all these respirators, so it's totally not a problem anymore. Why isn't the government getting on it? You have to realize these factories were not set up to build respirators. So they have to refit everything. They have to change the molds. They have to reorder the machinery and all this other stuff. They have to retrofit everything to assemble certain pieces in a certain order to create respirators, which is not what they were set up to do. So they have to set all that stuff up new, almost like they were setting up a new factory, set up the conveyors and stuff all in this new way to do that before they can even start. That takes a while because they have to create the molds for the respirators and so on as well. So it's gonna take them a while. I mean, it's not gonna take them like years or anything, but it'll probably take them, I would think, at least a couple of weeks, if not more, to get everything rearranged so that they can start producing respirators. So it's not like it's an overnight fix. Oh, they can do it, therefore we're saved. No. We still gotta last long enough for that production to happen, right? Not to mention, it's not exactly cheap for them to refit everything, and then they stop producing the stuff that they're normally producing, like airplanes and cars, and they're instead producing this other thing. So they not only have to get paid for changing things in the factory to create the new item and then changing it back after the need for the new item is gone, but they also have to get paid for the creation of the new item and somehow try to use that payment to offset or compensate for the loss in money that they would otherwise be making if they kept producing what they're good at, cars and planes and stuff. So this is a whole big thing. It's not just a really simple task like everybody makes it almost sound like. Oh, well, it's no problem. It's kind of a problem, guys. I mean, it's doable, but it's not exactly a simple thing. I already examined those closer today. I'm not sure. I get a little frustrated when somebody acts like a potential solution should have happened yesterday. They oversimplify things and then complain because, X and Y haven't been done yet. It's like, dude, do you have any concept of what you're exactly saying needs to happen? Because it doesn't seem like you do. Like, I get frustrated that they get frustrated. I'm just like, you should just calm down. There are some people who don't have good motives, but most people are at least relatively decent people. They're not going to totally, just. Is there something important about the reflection in the mirror here? That's actually reflecting over. Wait, what? How is that? Is that one? I guess it's going to be that one, huh? I don't know this is important, but maybe it is. Oh, maybe I can't examine it, though, from there. No, I can't. So the best I could do would be look at it from this distance, which is not going to be a thing. Okay. Anyway. Well, and with the isolation policies because of coronavirus too, that's not exactly helping things, right? Yeah, those vases are horrible. Those are not. I don't know though. I mean, a certain part of me actually kind of likes them just out of respect for at the time they were made, they were probably good. I mean, they were probably like seen as decent quality and stuff, but rusted awful, touched up a bit maybe. Yeah, I mean, you could always do some kind of restoration work on them for sure. All right, let's go in here again. There's really nothing currently with this countertop. Okay. I've already looked at these before. I was just trying to see if there's something I've missed. But it unfortunately doesn't seem like it. Man, that's one problem with streaming a game like this, is when it takes you a while to figure something out because it's a point and click, you can sit there on stream and not really accomplish anything. It's a little frustrating when that happens. It's understandable, but it's still a little frustrating. I don't know what the significance of these. Are these some kind of family crest, maybe? I don't know what the significance of those is. Can't break these at all, right? No. Can't interact with them at all, actually. At least it doesn't seem so. Antique Roadshow. I've seen that. We have the same thing in the United States. It probably started in the UK and then started running in the United States after the fact, but we've got it in the United States also. People bring in like their old items, trying to see if they're worth something after all. This was supposedly the pistol used by Robert E. Lee and stuff. And then they go, no, it really wasn't, though. So here's another date. Again, I don't know if these dates are significant at all. But so this one doesn't say the day of the week, but it's 19 September 1962. Possibly will have to do with the combination or something. Lamp seems to be broken beyond repair, probably a souvenir of a hazardous journey. Nothing else here seems to... Okay. Already looked at that. These... Nothing, as far as I could tell here, either. Huh. It wouldn't move, but at some point, apparently, you can move them. These are cool, but I don't know what clues they're providing, if anything, for other areas in the house or in the on the property. You know how there's that one painting out near the room where we're staying that has the person in the mask, or I assume it's a person, not a monster, but in the mask? I wonder if that mask is the one that's missing from across over there. If it's the same kind of mask, but even if so, I should say, that doesn't help a lot because we haven't seen that mask anywhere currently. I think I've tried this before. No, could hurt myself. Pointless. Wasn't useful. I don't think there's anything else really that... Fountain pen is probably not any more logical than something like the knife, so... Okay. It's attached to the necklace, but you can't grab the necklace. So... yeah. Okay. It's a nice bow. I like that. I feel like this is probably an instrument, though, right? Would you actually shoot an arrow from this and not have problems running into either of these other strings? Doubtful, right? It's probably just for music or something. Although, I don't know. All those masks have made me feel very uneasy. They seem to be guarding the room. Like I said, there's this missing one, and I wonder if that's the mask or a similar mask to what is out with that painting. But either way, we don't know where that mask is, if anything. yeah, Detroit Rock City. I haven't seen that. Yeah, that's cool though. Yeah. Well, and the thing is, just because Detroit has suffered a migration of people away, doesn't mean there's nobody there still. It's still a decent sized city. It just, it just suffered population depletion because a lot of people went elsewhere for business to make a living. And there are some other things too, like there's the water supply issue in Detroit now as well. That could be a motivating factor for people leaving. Although I don't know, I think they mainly just wanted the water problem fixed. They don't really care so much about getting out of there as just getting it fixed so they could be fine drinking the water. Packs of dogs. I'm not sure what you mean. It's not impossible if there's a magnet at some point, or there might be some way else into that room, or maybe it's a red herring and you don't actually need to go into the room. We don't. I mean, I don't even see anything to interact at this point for there. So. So I'm pretty sure I've already tried these kinds of things like the boring tool and stuff and not been able to dig that any further. So I'm not sure. And again, you could look outside, but not. I don't know. What would I... Well, I first would probably need... Well, no, I think it's got fuel already. So in this room on the left, the first room, There's that table with a little burner, but I don't know of anything I would want to burn currently, so I feel like that's not a thing right now either. Boy, I just don't know. Yeah, maybe I'll find one in like 7 sessions of playing this game to try to figure out what the hell I'm missing. That's just from that, right? Or that. Nothing special. Apparently. Trying to think what else I might need to do. I don't know. It's tricky. Secret room does exist. I mean, I assume in a place like this anyway, honestly. You had a nightmare about Cthulhu last night? What? I've tried combining stuff, though. I could try combining other stuff again, but I don't. No point in writing an address on it until I had something to mail. That is ridiculous, but this? No. Oh, this. Okay, that worked. Managed to reveal what appeared to be a letter in Italian. Interesting. Oh, I see. When he said strange markings, I thought they were already on the paper. So he saw impressions and we went like that with the pencil. I see. I see. The letter. And now a backseat driver. I had to do something about it. Oh, whoops. Did I? No. Certainly needed some help with the letter, but who should I have it mailed it to? I don't know. Okay, maybe I need to call somebody on the phone. See if I can get more help. Nope, not Jerry. Barbara.
Hello?
Hey, it's me, Bobby dear. I need to ask you a favor.
Bring it on.
I found a letter here and I'm curious about it. It's in Italian. Do you think you could translate it for me?
My, Mr. Arthate, are we being naughty?
Mrs. Styles.
Yes, of course I can. Just send me the letter and I'll put hands to work as soon as I have it here.
Excellent. I wonder if the postman will come by. I feel like I'm the last person alive on the whole planet here.
But have you told the post office in Roxbury that you're moving to Blackwood Manor?
Yes, Jerry did. I just hope they don't forget about me, that's all. In any case, thank you. You're such a dear.
That's what I'm here for.
Actually, that's what I'm paying you for. Anyway, I'll go and try mailing that letter.
I'll be standing by for action.
Thanks. Goodbye.
Good luck.
Alright, so I need to send it to Barbara. Oh, it already has an address. Okay, so now, I don't know where I mail it. I guess out to the front gate, probably. Something like that. See if the electrician's shown up also. Why just earlier he said he didn't know. So I just wasn't sure. Oh, I didn't realize that was in there waiting for me. Okay. Mr. Arthate. Mr. Carter sent me here today to fix a power problem in your residence. I was told to meet you at the gates, but I've been waiting a few minutes and still haven't seen any signs of you. I will wait some more and then leave. Please contact Mr. Carter as soon as possible. Oh. Well, that's friggin'... But I went to the gate to find him. God dang it. Okay. Alright. I guess we're gonna call Jerry again. Dude, Jerry, what the frick?
Jerry, we have a problem.
What happened?
The electrician missed me. He left a note in the mailbox.
Bloody hell. He was supposed to meet you at the gates early this morning. I thought he was just being late.
Damn, that I must have missed him for a few minutes. What the heck am I supposed to do now?
Why don't you go check the fuses yourself? Maybe it isn't that serious.
Jerry, all the fuses seem to be fine. I think the problem might be a little more complicated than that.
I see.
What should we do now?
Go get some candles.
You're joking, right?
No, I'm not. I'm calling this guy right away, and I'm afraid he won't be able to stop by until tomorrow. He was already driving there today as a personal favor.
There must be something you can do. I don't feel comfortable walking around this place with dim lights. I barely know it.
Michael, come on. Where's your sense of adventure? It would be like you were living in a past century. Exquisite Victorian house, lit by candles. What I wouldn't give to be in your place.
I left my sense of adventuring back in London, thanks. I have work to do.
Then do it. What else could you ask for? Now you have the chance to experience firsthand one of your period pieces.
Oh, very funny. Try getting that guy over here as soon as possible.
Don't worry, I will. Make sure you find some candles before it gets too dark.
Yes, candles. Bye.
Immediately after hanging up with Jerry, I realized that I'd already explored enough to determine there wouldn't be any candles inside the house. Yeah, I know. That's part of the problem, is, like, I gotta find them outside, but I've already looked outside and not. It's 4 p.m. Oh, that's great. I don't know how I'm supposed to open. Yeah, supposed to find candles. And he said he knows, he's explored enough to know there are no candles in the house. Which would mean they'd be out like in a garage equivalent. So maybe in the greenhouse or something. Or probably in the church. But the chapel. But the thing is, I can't get in the chapel. Right? It doesn't let me in right now. If I go here, massive double doors leading to the interior of the chapel were locked. I don't know. That's just the basement. That should not work, right? Yeah. That's my car. That won't work, I'm sure, right? And then this is to the front. Probably also won't work. Yep. I can't go around the sides, apparently. So... something up on the top? Nope. And there's also this. Where is it? Is it not this way? Oh, I thought it'd be this way. Maybe not, though. That's still the same door, okay. We're trying to open at the very top of the door, apparently. Thought there was... Oh, I know, it's the other way. It's on the... What do you call it? There's a tree with water under it, but that's when you go out back and head toward the crypt, I think. The crypt might have candles also, but it is, if I remember right, the crypt is the one that's wired shut. I don't know what you mean by sideboard. I checked the sides near the entrances of those. Maybe I shouldn't know. What do you mean by that? Oh, in the dining room? I thought I already looked at all the drawers and things. Maybe it hadn't unlocked yet because I didn't have the need for it. Maybe that's... Sideboard is a start. Alright, well. Yeah. Yep. Well, I kind of expect that with a point-and-click adventure. That's how they often are. Like, I played the Adam Wolf games. That's a lot. There's a lot of that, too. There are 3 of them, are there? Alright, well. That's good to know the number I'm looking for. Could be something over here in the study also. There were drawers in the desk before that I had not accessed. So it's possible. Cigars. Money. Photographs. That one's locked. Yeah, I never did figure out how to open that one. Pretty sure I've already tried that one. An itch in my ear. Okay. I think anything in there is going to open that drawer. Read through that before. You already tried this, right? Well, that didn't work. There we go. Yeah. No. Well, okay, I'll go back. I didn't see the sideboard thing, but I'll try again. Probably just missed it. Yeah, I'll when I say remind me though, Fofox, I don't mean remind me at the end of my stream. I mean remind me like later in the week to make sure I send it off. I'm not remind me now if that doesn't if 4 days from now if I'm not remembering, reminding me now is not gonna really do much to jog my memory. But I do appreciate the effort. And obviously it's not a task you're appointed that you don't have to. I'm just saying if you remind me, maybe I can remember to send something to you. So I also don't know what you mean by sideboard. Like, you talking about this molding and stuff, or something else? Side of the table? I don't know what you mean by sideboard. These are just napkins. Another empty candelabra. But it is a reminder. Yeah, you're right. Technically, you're right. Yeah, I don't know. There's something on the floor maybe I'm missing? Like a loose board on the floor? I don't know. It's getting closer to the door here, I see. I do not know, man. Oh, cyborg? No, sideboard. Top level storage. Oh. Yeah, after the sideboard, though, right? Yeah. I am freaking blind or something. I don't know. But I thought you said I needed to go to the dining room first. Not? Okay, I'll go to storage. I thought you said I need to go to the dining room. That's why I was like, what? In storage. Let's see. Bathroom. Art room. Bedroom. Bedroom. Upper bathroom. Another room of some kind. Not sure what this is. I don't think it's storage, but we'll go in here anyway just in case. No, I don't. This isn't storage. Stuff may be here and being stored right now, but I don't think. Downed the first one? Does it not add to my inventory if I find it? There's attic and there's over here. Top story in the attic. And apparently I can't do that right now. All right, anyway. Sinister presence lurking in the shadows. Let's go after it. Nothing of interest among those trinkets. Down here. Well, that's newspapers again. Fan. Okay. Okay. That's alright. Presumably, I would have eventually wandered around enough to get there. I mean, I am checking basically every room in here, and then also checking outside. Plus, the car does make sense. That was kind of the initial track I was going on anyway. I mean, I was checking the other buildings and stuff, but, well, potentially. But checking outside was where I was going initially anyway, because he does specifically say that he doesn't... He's like looked all through the house enough to know that there aren't any candles in the house, is what he says. I'm not saying that's right, that he's not, that the character isn't wrong, but he does specifically say that. So I was kind of thinking I would need to go out and look anyway. Like, I was going to go over here. This is chained up, but I was at some point going to check this. I don't know if I would check the car or not, but I suppose it's not unlikely that coming back from here I would have said might as well go check my car while I'm out here. So I only just arrived and the idea of going driving wasn't very tempting. Okay, so why I'm putting the key back in there because of something. Boot my car, considering non-existent technical expertise, hoped I would never need to open. Don't worry about it, man. It is a challenging thing. Oh, he says he doesn't want to go anywhere. The idea of driving doesn't appeal to him. So if I'm here and I try to turn the key, I had only just arrived and the idea of going driving again wasn't very tempting. So he's not going to start it at present. Doesn't want to. Doing that's probably not going to get me anywhere, though. Yeah. Yep. No, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm missing something. I'm not sure what, but I am missing something. Well, I checked the fuses prior to calling Jerry, right? So I checked the fuses. Fuses seemed fine. I even tried pulling the levers, you know, in the place in the basement. Then I went back and I called Jerry. When I was on the phone with Jerry, I said the fuses seemed fine. And he's like, well, I can't get the electrician again today, so... Well, the letter, so Fofox, the letter that's in the mailbox right now is the one I'm sending off to Barbara, that where she would translate the Italian for me. The letter that I pulled earlier was just the electrician saying that he missed me. That he looked for me, but I wasn't there, so he had left. I've already read that. I don't even have it in my inventory anymore, so try.
Yes?
Jerry, I'm freaking out. I couldn't find a single candle inside this place.
You're kidding me. I can't believe it. Did you look well?
Yes, every single room, drawer, box, cabinet, nothing. No candles.
All right, listen. The town isn't too far away. No more than 20 minutes drive. If you can't find some candles there, I'll eat my hat.
You'll eat your whole closet. This is getting on my nerves.
Come on, it's just a quick ride. You know how to get there?
Yeah, I saw it on my way here. Did you call Mr. Busy Electrician who couldn't hold on for just 5 more minutes?
Yes, he'll be doing me another special favor, and we'll be going there tomorrow afternoon. It's the best he can do. You have to bear in mind it's Sunday. We'll charge extra, of course.
I don't care. I have no power. I'll get him myself if he doesn't show up.
Calm down. Drive to the town before it gets too dark. You won't be able to find your way back if it does.
Yeah, I had to buy some food anyway.
There you go. Godspeed. And drive safe.
All right.
You're such a needy little wuss, dude. Like, I can't find a candle. Jerry, I can't find a candle. Hey, Jerry, help, I can't find a candle. Like, frick, calm down, dude. Okay, you can't find a candle. That's great, but don't freak out. Okay, I guess we're going to town for a minute here. Car would not start. It was only then that I realized I had left the lights on. Oh. Car battery is dead. Well, that's great. Jeez, this guy, like, I swear. He's like some of the women I've dated in the past. So friggin' needy. Like, just figure it out. Stop calling every 5 minutes. Such and such has gone wrong. But okay. Some people, I guess, just are easily stressed. It's just their personality.
Michael.
Jerry, you won't believe this. It's insane. My car is dead.
What? Are you sure? Have you checked its pulse?
I'm not joking. It's gone.
My friend, this completely redefines the term suspension of disbelief you sometimes use for your stories.
I know. I'm speechless. I forgot the lights on and the car ran out of batteries. All because of that bloody fog. Jerry, you've got to help me. Get over here.
Michael, look at the time. I can't drive to Northumberland right now.
But Jerry, I can't spend the whole night without one single source of light. I barely know this place and I won't be able to find my way. Heck, I don't even know if it's rid of ghosts yet.
Are you a sleepwalker, Michael? You lie down on the bed, you sleep, you wake up, and you'll have tons of bright light then.
That's not helping. And you're the one who got me into this mess in the first place.
Hold on a minute. It's not my fault if the electrician missed you for a few minutes. There aren't any candles in a 3-story mansion, and your car's battery was low.
Okay, listen. When will you be coming back to Rothbury?
I'll be arriving home early tomorrow morning, and I'll come for you shortly after. We'll drive to town, stock yourself up, and then spend the rest of the day in your garden, drinking some beers while we wait for Mr. Electrician. Sounds like a plan?
Yeah, I guess. And I don't think there's any plan B either.
I'm afraid not. Sorry. I really took all the precautions to make your stay there as comfortable as possible. But I guess sometimes things are just meant to go wrong.
Apparently. All right, I'll be on my way then.
Call me back if you need anything. And Michael,
Yes,
just don't let this situation get on your nerves.
I promise it won't. Goodbye.
Now it's 7 p.m. Do I just go up and sleep now if it's going to be dark? Let's see if I can go to bed. There we go. Oh, I can't go this way? Oh. Something in here? Ah. This is now here that wasn't... There was something in the way before. I couldn't go there. How did it move on its own? What the... What? Okay. Michael. I was awakened from my strange dream by some odd noises reverberating around the room. Suddenly noises seem to grow louder. So not out here. So in here, I hear the noises, but not out in the hall. See, so Faux Fox, this is where scratches comes in. Sounds like scratching. Not until I figured out where the scratching noises were coming from. Of course, it is possible I need to leave this room and go into the room with the masks and stuff. And then I'll hear the noise there as well. Let's try that, see if that gives me better results. Yeah, that's not creepy at all. That's right. Exactly. No, the scratching is not here either. So I definitely have to go back to my room and further investigate. Yeah, someone, something. Yep. See, it looks like there are scratches on the carpet here, but I can't interact with the carpet at all. So, well, scratches, maybe more like wrinkles. So maybe they're not actually scratches. Okay, what do I have on me? Can't really use that, though. I have no oil, so I can't use that. No. Probably this, maybe the stethoscope? I listened carefully as I moved the stethoscope around the fireplace. Yes, the noises were coming from there, but I still couldn't determine their source. Downstairs, maybe? So what's directly down from my room? Noises were definitely spreading through the fireplaces, probably via some conduit. I concluded they had to be coming from below. Now you had to go to the basement. Yay! Ah! Yeah. Yep, there. Alright, that's awesome. Let's go ahead and go down and get freaked out, shall we? Alright. You know it's gonna be bad. Here we go. I thought about investigating, but then I realized the basement would be pitch black at this time. I couldn't go down there without some light. But I don't have any friggin'... Okay. Well, if I'm not gonna investigate, like... Oh, but you know what? He was earlier just saying he wanted to determine the source of the scratching, so maybe we just try to go back to bed. Maybe. Guess we'll see. Someone or something. Yeah, it might be a ghost or something, right? From... whoever it was that, like Ms. Blackwood or whatever, whoever was killed and was outside. Scratches had stopped. Thought it was the right moment for me to go back to sleep. I went back to bed. Sunday, October 13th. On the second day, a fierce storm had assaulted the land. I could hear the trees creaking, or rather moaning, to the lashing of the rain, and I quickly abandoned my hopes of having the power fixed. Well, of course. Of course you did, because that's just silly to think that things will get fixed. Alright, we're going to save it there for tonight. 5. Okay, well that's it tonight. So thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. Thanks for the chatting and everything. That's been great. I will be tomorrow. The plan is I will... I don't know, because I started the other one. I think we're just going to finish up the Azura El Circle series, actually, first. Then we're going to do Yomawari after. Just because I don't want to do like a little bit of here, a little bit here, a little bit here of the Azura El Circle. I feel like that's going to be worse than whatever. So, we'll do more Azura El Circle tomorrow at my usual streaming time, which is 2 p.m. Pacific time. So, calculate that if you're in Australia, whichever direction you need to. Anyway, I will see you next time. Thanks. Till then, peace.